the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here, hour number 2. Always want to remind you about our friends over at Bayou Automotive. BayouAutomotive.com is the website in Laplace, Louisiana. So, look, if you want to go down to the dealership, check it out, walk around, certainly do that. You're going to find the vehicle that you've been looking for. But let's say you don't have the time today or the next week to get down there, but you're in the market for a new vehicle. That's okay. You can go to BayouAutomotive.com and you can buy that vehicle. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. They got a little bit of everything down there in Laplace, Louisiana. Also, the Black Widow package. Nobody in the country does it better. They just don't, right? I've had the Jeep. I got the F-150 right now. They do it in the Ram as well. Like, it's not just one vehicle. They do it in multiple vehicles, and again, they do it better than anybody else. It is an absolute showstopper on the road. Go check it all out at BayouAutomotive.com. All right, Tay, right here at the 8 o'clock in the dock, you've got the top 10 quarterback rooms in college football as we get into a little LSU discussion. LSU comes in the top 10, and Tay, let the good people know exactly where they come in.
Yeah, they come in at number 6 in the top 10, which I think makes a lot of sense because it's rooms as a whole. Because so something came out a week ago, actually, of best backups, and LSU didn't have one on the list. That's fine. Landon Clark, yes, he played a whole year, coming up a level in competition. Husan Longstreet only played 3 games at USC a year ago. But when you combine all 3 of those guys, Levitt if fully healthy, Landon Clark, and Husan Longstreet, it makes a lot of sense. Like, LSU might have one of the deeper quarterback rooms in all of college football because, number one, it's Oregon. We get it, right? Matt's favorite quarterback, Dylan Raiola, who Matt actually just transferred over to Oregon, if you didn't hear that. So it's Dante Moore and Dylan Raiola. That makes sense. I mean, Dylan Raiola, multi-year starter in power football. But as far as their number 3, there's a drop-off there that I don't think LSU has. Like, Texas, number 2. Arch Manning, MJ Morris behind him. He's got 10 career starts over multiple programs. I mean, Utah's on there. You got Ole Miss with Trinidad. But as far as the depth goes, 1 through 3, LSU's really the only team mentioned because it says Trinidad and Deuce Knight for Ole Miss. Great. Who's behind them? Like, you got Julian Sayin, and they love their freshman Tavian St. Clair. But LSU's the only team on here that has 3 well-known guys. So while they sit at 6, depth-wise, they might be the best one on this list.
Matthew, kind of break down not only what LSU has, but maybe the dynamic of what LSU has. You have a guy in Sam Levitt that is got all the hype. They have a guy that has made the college football playoff with another team, but he's been to a level that not a lot of people are going to say that they've been to in college football, playing in a college football playoff. They've got the young 5-star stud, and they've also got somebody from a lower level that was really good at that level and has a lot of snaps. And we've seen, Trinidad Chambliss and others be able to go from, a level that's not certainly the SEC or even the FBS and thrive. So they've got a little bit of everything in that quarterback room, and I would think that if you're going to have 3 quarterbacks, you want them to be a little bit different skill set wise and maybe even kind of where they're at, because it feels like LSU's quarterback room does have a little bit of everything.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if you're recruiting quarterbacks for a certain offense, you kind of want everyone to have the same skill set. At least similar skill sets.
I think it is similar.
You don't want a pocket passer and a guy that...
There's still some differences, I think. Like, size-wise, maybe, the attributes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you want a similar type quarterback in your quarterback room. Like, because especially with, like, Lane's type of offense, he's got a very specific type of offense that he runs.
Well, you, Marcus Randall, and Jamarcus probably not going to ever get confused for each other skill-wise.
Right.
And Jimbo recruits quarterbacks at a high level. So, like, what was the reasoning you think for that?
I mean, because you talking about because I was a dual threat
You're more of a dual threat than Jay Russ.
for sure. Mm-hmm. that was a joke, by the way. I would think I was probably recruited to be more of a pocket guy. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, if you're creating an offense, I wouldn't want to have to, if there's an injury that occurred halfway through the season, have to change it drastically. There's always going to be changes that you're going to work. You're going to work around a quarterback's certainly skill set.
Yeah.
You're also going to work around his comfortability. Some people, even with the same type of skill set. Now, I'm putting like quarterbacks into like categories and boxes here. That's unfair to do because there's no two quarterbacks that are the same guy.
Right.
You would operate and make a game plan for one person differently over another person.
Right.
That's why sometimes you'll see, like, even in the NFL, you'll have a guy that backs up on any given Sunday or a Saturday in college football, that he's the backup, the primary backup, but if the starter goes down, he might not be the starter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there might be a second best guy, but the guy that's going to be the backup on a game day is a guy that's more complementary to the game plan.
Right.
Especially if and you see that a lot of times when the starting quarterback can use his legs a little bit more.
Right.
And the backup is a highly recruited or highly drafted, more pocket passer guy, and he would not fit that game plan. So he's going to be the third guy that day. But if the starter goes down, he's going to be your starter the next week because the game plan is going to be a lot different. But I think you got three guys that at least fit the mold of what Lane Kiffin wants to do. That's why he went out and recruited them, and he's done that. I mean, he's been. It blows my mind how good Lane Kiffin has been at recruiting portal quarterbacks. He gets multiple highly touted guys to come and be backups and be third string guys.
Yeah.
We've seen it since his days at all. I mean, for years he's done it. And it always blows my mind. Like, man, why did those guys go there? Like, what are they doing? Like I said, like about the Longstreet kid this year. Like, why did he come here? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a stepping stone to another opportunity and you want Lane Kiffin on your resume. Yeah. Maybe that is. And there's so many different elements to the college athletic world now that, frankly, that we're not going to know or understand or be able to report on because we just don't know those conversations that are being had. Is this a one year thing for a resume builder? And it could be. And I guess you can't really count anything out. But Leavitt was the number one guy in the transfer portal for a reason, right? He's got the experience. He's got the skill set. Coming off an injury, assuming he's going to, everybody assumed that he'll be healthy for the next season. And he's been there. You've seen him in the playoff. You've seen him execute. You've seen him be dynamic running the football and certainly dynamic in the passing game. So the most experienced guy. So that's who Lane targeted.
Yeah.
And thank God we didn't get Sorsby. Thank goodness, because that was an option. But all these guys can do it. I mean, all these guys, recruiting quarterbacks is hard, man. It's like drafting quarterbacks. It's a crapshoot, right? It's you think you know. Sometimes you might even know and still be wrong.
Yeah.
And then some guys you don't even know that turn out to be Trinidad Chambliss. You just don't really know how, especially at that age of kids, who's going to mature mentally, physically, spiritually, who's going to mature at different times. Like, if they would have thrown me in as a freshman or sophomore in 2003 or 2004, I would have been awful. Like, I wasn't ready.
In the Iowa game.
Kind of shouldn't take me out.
We played all three quarterbacks that day.
We did. I was kind of pissed they took me out. It's like I didn't do anything wrong. I say it, Jamarcus.
Drew Tate.
Should put me in at safety.
You would have got deeper than the deepest.
Yeah, no doubt. Not going to get behind me. I'm going to line up 60 yards deep.
60 yards deep.
That's what you should have done.
Huh?
It was a Hail Mary. We lost a Capital One Bowl.
Drew Tate.
Only bowl loss we had our whole careers.
Terrible American.
Boo.
Just kidding.
I bet he didn't even cheer for the USA last
I
night.
bet he didn't.
Who?
Son of a gun. Drew Tate.
Let's see what Drew Tate's doing right now. What do you think?
I was about to say, I don't
Coaching
I
high
don't think he
school
did
ball.
He's
anything
probably
after
great. Great guy. But based on one 15-second interaction I had with him in high school, terrible American.
Oh, he is a quarterbacks coach.
Where at?
Shocker.
The Ottawa Red Blacks.
So he played it. He
Oh,
played
the
in
Canadian
Canada.
League.
So,
Hell yeah.
expat.
He played for the Rough Riders from 07 to 08, the Stampeders from 2009 to 2016, the Red Blacks in 2017, then went back to the Rough Riders in 2018. He had a long career there.
The Red Blacks?
Canada.
Would you like to
The
guess
Ottawa
what their
Red
colors are,
Blacks.
Matt?
Red and black.
No, blue and gold.
Dang it.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, then he coached the Rough Riders in 23, the Argonauts in 24-25, and then, the Red Blacks.
All right.
3-time Grey Cup champion, Drew Tate.
He's like a CFL merchant.
All right. So
He was the CFL rushing touchdown leader in 2014. Not a big deal. It kind of is a big deal because he's 6 foot 190 and ran a 4.9.
6 foot. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's not 6 foot. There's no chance.
All right. I'll give everybody the backstory.
He went to
little T.
Robert E. Lee High School in Baytown, Texas.
So we were after our
Good Buc-ee's
sophomore
there.
year. So he committed to Texas A&M. He's from Baytown Lee. Tyler Lee over here. This guy. So he went to Baytown Lee, and he was like one of the first offenses like in Texas high school football that was threw it 60-something times a game. They threw it that was their offense. And he was committed to Texas A&M in like 2000 as a sophomore. And back then that was unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. No one committed that early or got offered that early. And so blah blah blah. A couple of years later, I started getting recruited. So we're the same age, and going to our senior year, I'm committed to LSU. He's committed to Texas A&M, and they start these recruiting lists start ranking me ahead of him.
Okay.
Like as the guy at Texas, whatever. And so I
You're that
see
guy.
him. I see him at like Nike. I see him somewhere, and I've never met him. I like go up to him. I was like, "Hey man, I just wanted to introduce myself.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you." Cold shoulders me.
No.
Cold shouldered me.
Like, didn't say anything at all? He didn't say one word. He didn't even say what's up, nothing.
Nothing. Cold shoulder. Now,
Well-
in fairness, probably didn't even recognize me. Probably might not have even heard me. But in my brain, chip on the shoulder. Got to find a way to put a chip on your shoulder.
Punchable face.
A little bit.
Shave the neck,
So,
bro.
in fairness, I have no idea. Don't know him. Just whether he did it on purpose or not, gave me the cold shoulder.
Well, you won a natty, and I understand he was great in that game, but I was not known for as like a QB factory. So like I think you got him. I think you won up to him.
They did when Dennis Franchione took over the job. They pulled his scholarship off, and they gave it to me.
So he loves you.
Actually, I don't know if they pulled it. Maybe he decommitted.
He's a big Matt
I have
Flynn
no idea
fan.
what the actual story is. I just know the way that I developed it in my brain.
And never had any other interaction with him again?
Well,
You
until
wait.
Iowa.
Well,
Where
yeah.
he throws a Hail Mary
Did
against
y'all
us.
shake hands after the game? or-
56-yard pass. The guy that caught it is only touchdown of his college career.
Of course.
What?
Of course.
Saban's last game.
He said it says he originally committed to Texas A&M, but decommitted after R.C. Slocum was replaced by Franchione. That's what you said, right? Yeah. Tate also noted that he would likely sit behind established starter Reggie McNeil. Yeah, because Reggie McNeil is a freak athlete, so he chose to play for the University of Iowa instead. Reggie McNeil from Lufkin, Texas.
Picked me off twice.
He was first team all district.
Well, yeah. That was my junior year, though.
Yeah.
LSU baseball just got somebody out the portal.
Ooh.
Stop it, you.
We'll give you who
Don't tease
LSU
us.
baseball got out of the portal when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. When you go to the website, remember you can always have a conversation with them. A live chat's going to pull up as soon as you get to the homepage. Also on the website, you can check out cases they can handle for you, past client results, all right there at getgordon.com. You also, no matter where you're at in the state of Louisiana, you can pick up the phone, put your area code, followed by 888-8888. You can have that conversation with them. If you're looking on social media, at Get Gordon is always going to be the handle on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you're at, all major social media. Get Gordon and get it done.
That's right. Go to Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. GetGordon.com. Be a part of the G team. If you've been injured, car accident, on the job, workers' comp claim, whatever it is, make sure that your first call is 888-8888. Go to GetGordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. They are here to fight for you. So be a part of that G team. Go to GetGordon.com.
I know a place.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
You won't find it on no map. It's a kind of place you just gotta know. Yeah, I know a place where time slows down to a low tide pace. No one there will know our names. Let's go get lost and watch some waves.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Let's throw it to Alondra, blank space Villarreal, because we got a little LSU baseball news.
Yeah, everybody's asking for some pitching depth. You got a right-handed pitcher. Still not a lot of lefties, I feel like, but get a right-handed pitcher out of South Florida. Sophomore year, he did have a 4.24 ERA in 46.2 innings pitched, but he struck out 52, walked 25, 16 appearances, 8 of them were starts. So allowed less than a hit per inning with his total of 41. So I don't know. It's always good to have people coming in, right? But the ERA is a little high.
Hopefully, if nothing else,
I think that
this can lessen the blow of
excited.
Marco's pause.
True.
And
Also,
maybe
like,
it
you're
gives
coming
you another option to at least compete for a starting rotation. Outside
But also, like, you could come to LSU and thrive here.
Yep.
Like, you have great people on staff that can help you with your command. He hit 17 batters, so
wait, do we
command's a little bit of
we
an
have
issue.
a good pitching coach?
All right.
I think we have a good pitching coach.
didn't think we had a good
I know a
pitching
lot of
coach.
people don't believe that, but I think he's pretty good. I'm not going to let a couple of... Anyway, but 17 batters hit. So, again, like, a command, a little bit of an issue for Caden, but you do add some depth to that bullpen. He did start his career at TCU, made 14 appearances for them and threw 12 innings with a 5.25 ERA while striking out 12 and walking 6. So, you got about like a 50% strikeout to walk ratio.
All right. I like sending a message, though. I like hitting 17 guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we didn't have an issue with hitting batters this season, so go get the guy that hit 17.
I'd rather hit him than walk him.
Matt's like, get those numbers
He's
up.
walking them, too.
Okay.
Doing a little bit of everything.
Dual threat guy.
A little bit of
threat.
everything.
All right. Hey, and Jay, we trust. So we can joke about it because we know Jay's got our back.
Right.
Well, I mean, you just had to get pitchers at this
Yeah.
point, man. Like, you just had to bring people in.
Are we worried about the pitcher situation?
More than the field.
Yeah.
Field
you
looks
didn't answer.
great.
You didn't answer my question.
Yes.
Okay. We are worried. Like we're running out of time, or not enough pitchers have entered the portal and are available.
I mean, do you feel really good about Evans, Moore, and Schmidt running it back with those three? Because you've yet to bring in a
Like, I want a starter.
I
right.
think
You've
they do,
you've
though.
yet to bring in a bona fide. This is guy's the SEC weekend pitcher.
Well, right, wrong, or indifferent, I think they're telling you by their moves that they feel good about it.
Yeah. No, for sure.
but, I mean, that would be
I
concerning.
trust Jay. I'm just letting you know, like, that's how I feel about
Yep.
it.
It's concerning.
But I do trust him. So we gonna see.
The field looks great. Infield and outfield looks awesome.
Yeah. I think the rest of the team is very solid.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you're going to find some pitchers, maybe you're not going to find Paul Skeens. Not going to find Kate Anderson. Okay, got it. Maybe you just go find guys that aren't walking or hitting 17 batters that make people put it in play because your defense is going to be so good.
And you were so bad a year ago at free passes.
Yeah.
Historically bad.
So now that you've written this out, I don't love this signing, but I know you have to have people, but maybe you just get people that just throw a bunch of strikes. Make them hit it.
Hear me out.
If it were me, I would just throw strikes.
Yeah, I'll just throw strikes.
And then if I was the batter, I would just hit a bomb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he's the third pitcher that you added from the portal. Landon Hood, Diego Velasquez, and then also Braxton Beatty. He's the pitcher from Texas who withdrew his name from the MLB draft. The one I said, he kind of reminds me of Zach Cowan a little bit in terms of stuff.
Yeah, and again, like another part and another point of reference when we're talking LSU baseball and what they've had in the portal. Again, they've had way more success with guys that are in the high school signing class not going to the draft. At least it feels like it right now. They've had some top names pull out.
Yeah.
Where a year ago you really got beat up a little bit by the process.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
Jay's really putting in work with the kids that are pulling their names from the MLB draft. But
it doesn't matter. We're going to win the national championship.
Well, yeah, it's an
Because
even
it's
year
or
an odd year. I mean,
Yep.
I mean, realistically, like you have to get back on track this year, and it's going to be a very important season. Now, obviously, what Jay's done, the equity's already built up there, but LSU baseball fans aren't used to not playing in the postseason.
right? That was so crazy.
That is not something that they're used to
You need to
or
make a
ever
regional.
be okay with,
Yeah.
right? So this is a very important year for them, and there's going to be a lot of thought and a lot of process-oriented things that they go through here in the fall to make sure they have the right roster.
Yeah.
But that's why there's a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs on every single portal addition that they make. Like last year, it was like, oh, you got a portal, cool. Let's just keep adding to this already stacked
Big
team.
bodyguard.
Right.
Yeah.
And like now it's like,
That's fine.
maybe that seemed kind of messed up.
Can I
last year.
also say that like the other thing that I don't love about this guy, which I'm sure he's great. Like I don't want to. I'm sure he's a nice
sure he's a
guy.
nice
But
guy.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't want
Great personality.
I don't want it to come off as negative as it's coming off, but like I just feel like we have the issue where Kaysen, he was a middle relief, and then you turned him into a starter, clearly better out of the bullpen. Zach Cowan, you would make him start, and then you'd make him come out the pen, and then sometimes you'd make him a closer, which works when it's Zach Cowan because he's really good. This guy, like, he started some games he came out the pen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need any more confusion around, like, if you're going to be a starter or if you're going to be coming out of the pen.
Right.
Because it's different.
That's why I want a frontline starter, because honestly, in a perfect world, I'd put Kaysen back where he was as a freshman. And Zach Cowan, you don't have him this year. So you need somebody to take over that role. Why not Kaysen Evans? But looks like he's going to have to still start.
I mean, there's flashes.
There was.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Oklahoma game, SEC.
For
tournament,
sure,
there's
yeah.
flashes of it.
Oh, he looked good against Oklahoma.
When we didn't really get to see Cooper Moore, I mean, what did he play? 2 SEC weekends? Got hurt. Was it during the Oklahoma series?
He was the one that, like, was not walking anybody.
Yeah, I mean, he was steady Eddie out there.
Steady Eddie. I hadn't heard that in a long time.
I hadn't used it in a long time.
College baseball is going to be
I love
impossible to create a every year dynasty, I think, because there's so much turnover in the transfer portal. And it's like that for every college sport. I get it. And it affects the smaller, the roster or the sports with smaller rosters, certainly, because you could change over all of your starters every single year. Have to. But in baseball, it's different than other sports because there's more money involved. So people are going to transfer a lot. It's different than, volleyball or soccer or whatever it is, just because there's more money being exchanged to these players because there's just more funds available at the big school. So you're going to hit some years. Maybe you hit 2 years in a row, maybe you hit 3 years. Like, it's going to be impossible to hit on all your transfers every single year. Yeah. I mean, we saw that this past year with LSU. So, like, these teams, it's just going to be hard to be consistently in the World Series every single year, because every year you're going to be so reliant, you're reliant heavily on a large portion of your lineup being transfer portal.
Of players that are a little bit unknown. I mean, you know a little bit about them, but you haven't recruited them for 3-4 years, and you have to do it in a quick manner. You got to put this roster together. Now, sometimes it's going to work out. Like for Georgia, for instance, like they had a couple of small school guys really work out for them, be some of the best players in the country. Like you tried that route and it's worked for you before, and last year it didn't. It's not just smaller school guys, but it's kind of an example of, can they take that leap? Can they go from where they were? You know, can they go from Utah Valley?
Right.
Can they be a star in the SEC and be somebody who helps you win a national championship? You've had that before.
Mm-hmm.
You went to Grand Canyon last year and it didn't work for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so there's going to be some of that too, and it's like putting all these people together that have never been together as well.
Baseball's so mental too. Like,
and you just don't know. You like, let's say Casey Evans. Like, he's physically got the stuff.
yes.
He's got it. You don't know when it could click mentally for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got the stuff to go and be a top first round pick if like he can put it together week in, week out. And maybe that clicks this year. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't click to him till his third year in the minor leagues.
Right.
You know, you just don't know. But he has the stuff to do it.
Yeah, to be clear, I love Kaysen.
Yeah.
He's great.
Sometimes.
Just my humble opinion that
And look, that's what we get paid to do.
yeah.
That's what we get paid to do. But
You paid the big bucks.
I do
over here.
think that it's easier. So it's like with Lane Kiffin, people were like, "Oh, that's awesome. He got Trinidad Chambliss out of Ferris State," and it's very rare in football that somebody from a small wait, is it Ferris State?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very rare in football that works out. It's more likely in baseball that it works out, but it is you can miss with people like Zach York.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like with the Lane Kiffin stuff, like Lane gets a lot of credit for Trinidad, but there's a touch of luck with that as well.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
an
like
outlier,
everything.
man. Like
It's an outlier.
the
100% an outlier.
physicality of moving up a level in football is not even close.
Yeah.
But you could play for like a Troy in baseball
Well,
and make it to
Where'd Daniel Dickinson come from?
Utah Valley.
Utah Valley.
Yeah.
I mean, he came in stud from day one.
right, yeah, that's what I was
Such a
talking
stud.
about.
Yeah, you can't just be like,
I miss him.
Lane can just go get a small school.
Yeah.
Small school QB, yeah.
Right.
Turn him into a Heisman contender. I mean, it's kind of the equivalent of like Brady in the 6th round. It's an outlier.
Right.
Yeah.
I miss Daniel and his cross earring.
Yeah, Daniel Cross earring, yeah. Just need T-Bob to commit to that one time. I forget what we said.
No,
we did
Daniel
before.
Dickinson, but also that was funny too.
Yeah. All right. We'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Off the bench.
Cigarettes, and I lit me one on that
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
She was with her friends, left them standing there. There was more than smoke in that summer air. We burned too while she told me about her hometown. She was drinking Tito's, said I better slow down. I was like, hell no, I ain't drinking by myself, no. Said she loved my accent, so I kept talking. Reached for the pack on the table by my wallet. We tore off the light the night we had left. With 13 cigarettes, and I lit me one with the windows cracked.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Here live from the Raising Cane's studio. You can never forget about our friends over at Go Tommy's.
Oh, hey, Tommy.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GEAUX Tommy's with a Y. That's an interesting one.
I don't know what
You
that
go to the
was.
Gotta
website,
keep
you
the
will
people guessing.
clearly see the difference. Award-winning every single year since 2016. The Angie Super Service Award. Best windows in Baton Rouge and the Advocate this year. That went to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. See what they can do for you. They also they can install gutters. That's something that maybe you don't think about with them, but that is a service that they have over there at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GoTommys.com is the website. GEAUX, Tommys with the Y.com. All right, Tate, you mentioned that CBS Sports, if I'm not mistaken, put out a quarterback tier list. And tier lists are always funny. And look, we love doing them here as well. And you're going to agree, disagree, whatever. But you said that there was 5 quarterbacks,
Yep.
right?
Tier
5
1.
quarterbacks that are tier 1 on their tier list. Now, as our quarterback here on the show, Matthew Clayton Flynn, 3 names, so we know what that means. We're going to throw it to you to see which 5 that you think.
He really tried to sneak that in last.
Matthew Clayton Flynn?
Means I'm super
What?
hot.
Means I'm on par with Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan
Thomas.
Taylor Thomas.
Hey,
and
what do you
Brian
always
Austin
say?
Green. Ew.
Sex sells, Matt.
Sex sales, baby. You got it. Flaunt it. So this is according to a
CBS Sports.
article. And you asked me, it's like, can you guess the top 5? And I was like, well, who wrote it? I mean, how dumb or smart
like
are they?
how-
Somebody from CBS Sports.
Yeah, do they know anything?
How open is their mouth when they breathe?
Brian Diardo.
The easy top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL: Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford. Those are my
3
top.
for 3.
Those are basically my top 3.
Yeah, I have Allen, Mahomes, Stafford on mine as well.
Yeah, those are the top 3. I'm gonna say Joe Burrow,
That is correct.
I
You're
had
missing one.
Burrow's my 4th.
and I'm gonna say tier lists are hard with quarterbacks. I showed y'all that last year. I did it every week last year during the season. We're gonna do it again this year. Can't wait. I'm going to predict what the list says.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Lamar Jackson.
You went 5 for 5.
Okay, I would have gotten that one wrong. I would have thought that they were going to go something like Drake May or something to be a prisoner of the moment.
Right.
That's why I said Caleb.
I thought Drake May would be on there.
But
Also,
Lamar was
the-
going to be my other
The
one.
tier down to tier 2 is borderline stars. Now, they got 12 of them boys in there.
Yeah, I get that. I get
Okay,
it. 'Cause
Caleb
this-
has to be in that one.
I mean, Jalen Hurts is the number 1 name on here.
Yeah.
Darnold, which
Caleb Darnold, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Jaden Daniels, Drake May.
Darnold, Caleb, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff, Purdy, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, Dak, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, it's basically all the other established franchise quarterbacks for sure. To me, I mean, you can make an argument for that 5th position. Caleb Williams, Lamar Jackson. A lot of people will say Jalen Hurts. I will not. Sam Darnold for
Say
sure.
Dak Prescott.
I didn't say Dak.
Dak is in that list.
He said in that list of the.
I'm a bigger fan of Dak than most people.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. He had his best statistical year last year. Now
He graded out as the 5th highest quarterback in the NFL last year.
Now he did have 2 absolute number 1 wide receivers.
Yeah, you got to find a way to give him the ball. for sure.
Absolutely. He had a great year last year. I think he's not as fluid as I want to see my quarterback being, though.
The weapons are there, though. I mean, Jake Ferguson's a really good tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Javonte Williams, I honestly didn't like when they signed him last year. I was like, he wasn't good in Denver.
Jake, is that desk lifting up over there?
Talking about the Cowboys
Oh my
and
God,
Ducks.
all the
It's
weapons.
He
It's
swears.
always, guys, it's always been
Oh, I
this
can't
high.
see you. Hold on.
That thing does levitate a little bit.
It's always been this high.
He swears.
I got a quarterback that I feel like needs to be in these conversations and is never put in these conversations. It never makes sense to me. It's almost like he was cast away at one point in his career, and then no matter what
need to
he
guess
does,
Baker?
he's just not allowed back in the conversation. No, not Baker.
Let's see. Who are you?
You said
talking-
Castaway, and I was like,
Well, just kind of like it's like no matter what he does, we have these conversations,
Yeah.
and we haven't mentioned his name yet. At least I haven't heard
wait,
it.
okay,
Trevor
I'm trying
Lawrence.
I know who it is.
I'm trying to get in your head right now.
And you're going to be surprised where he lands.
Oh, maybe I don't know. You said Trevor Lawrence. You said Baker. Okay.
I think you're talking about Daniel Jones.
No, I'm not.
No. No way.
No, he needs to be like a part of the first conversation that we had. The 5 names in the top of the tier.
Oh, I was thinking a name we haven't mentioned yet.
We haven't.
He needs to be like we might have said it in passing, but we haven't spent time on it.
Castaway.
Jared Goff,
Jared Goff.
because that is my exact answer as well.
Like Jared Goff a year ago completed 68% of his passes, threw for 4,500 plus, threw for 34 touchdowns, second most in the NFL, only 8 interceptions, and we never, ever include him in this conversation.
In the top 5.
Stafford winning
Never.
the
In
the
Super
top
Bowl.
5.
And he should be.
Dude,
He
he's
should be in the
honestly-
conversation. He got traded for Stafford, right? We all know that. And so Stafford won the Super Bowl, Jared Goff did, and so that's always going to be a part of his career. But remember, when he got traded for Stafford, he was kind of like the throw-in to the trade because they got a first-round pick, and he'd already been to a Super Bowl in that point. Jared Goff deserves to be in the conversation. Now, if you want to put him in there or not, but think about it. We have these conversations about top 5 guys, and he is literally never, and I'm not talking about just us, I'm talking about anybody you listen to. He was second in yards. He was second in touchdowns. He played really well last year. I don't know what else he's got to do to be a part of this conversation.
He has thrown for at least 4,400 yards 4 years in a row and pretty much 30 touchdowns, 29 and then 30, 37, 34. 4 years in a row.
It's hard to put him above people when you have the conversation and when you start thinking about it. Now, the stats, you can't argue with the stats. And I think, and I told you, like making the quarterback top 10 list was really hard. I think he fell between 5 and 9 every single week for me. Now, to your point, I think I only had him at 5 maybe 1 week last year for whatever reason. Because it's always like, okay, who am I putting him in front of? I get it statistically,
why
but
is
like
that,
if I am formulating an offense, would I choose him or would I choose this other guy? Based on the skill set, based on a lot of other things.
I think Stafford winning the Super Bowl year 1 in LA puts it in a lot of people's head that, oh, they were a Super Bowl caliber team. Jared Goff held them back. Like Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl with that team. He's been incredible in Detroit, but like I just think that when you look at Stafford's success in LA, that's what makes people caution on Jared Goff.
I
It's not
think
his
he
fault.
gets tied to Matthew Stafford's success, and we kind of judge him based off somebody else's career more than we do his own career.
I judge him by the eye test. I don't judge quarterbacks based solely on stats. Now it plays a factor, but I judge him on the eye test.
He's made the Detroit Lions relevant, though.
I know it's
Something
hard to
Matthew
do.
Stafford could never do.
I think Goff is great. I'm a big fan of him.
I am too, but
I would
why-
put him over Jalen Hurts. I'd put him over Lamar Jackson. I'm just saying this list had him at 5.
Right, and I'm not saying like this is our top.
You can
5.
make the
I'm
argument to
saying,
put him like people aren't gonna. You can make the argument to put him over Joe Burrow.
if ESPN was on here in this studio and they were doing the same kind of, not one panel member would say.
Oh,
Jared
bro,
Goff's
he's in
name.
like tier 3. There's people that don't consider him top 10.
That's egregious. That's certainly.
I think Jared Goff's great.
And again, people like I'm looking at this list. I'm not putting him over Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, and not because I hear what you're saying with Matthew Stafford. He gets tied to him.
He does.
Just I've seen Matthew Stafford for a long time. I've seen the things that he does. Like I'm not putting him over that. I'm not taking him.
No, I'm not either. But I'm saying,
But
unfairly, he gets
Joe
attached
Burrow.
to
I
whatever
could
he
hear,
does.
and I could hear an argument for. I'm putting Joe Burrow over him. But you put Jared Goff on the Bengals. Jamar Chase probably has as many or just as many yards, right? You put Joe Burrow with the Lions, they're probably just as successful. I think those are Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's a good comp though, just because of similar game
Goff,
style.
I'm taking Goff over
I
Sam
think Jared
Darnold,
Goff is
10 out of
way
10.
better than. I've been a little bit of a Darnold hater, and yes, he won the Super Bowl. Darnold had 16 interceptions a year ago.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Like
Yeah,
I
you're
like
right.
Darnold, but
Yeah,
I'm not
take
ready
him
to put
over
him
that.
there.
Mm-hmm. Now, I might be taking Caleb Williams over all of them. Everybody we just said, besides the top 3.
Same.
Yeah, I get that he went to. I get that Goff went to Super Bowl with LA,
He did.
but a lot of his success came out of Ben Johnson and the offense that was established by Ben Johnson,
sure.
right? And that's who a
He
more
kept it up last year.
and like objectively.
with Dan Campbell being the OC for the latter
and,
portion of
and now it's Ben Johnson running Chicago, who had developed the same offense that you're talking about with Jared Goff, but with objectively a more talented guy. We measure talent by metrics, right?
At least more athletic,
More-
bare minimum.
Stronger arm. Like, does that mean he's a better quarterback? No, it doesn't. But I'm just like from the metrics. So, and again, I've been high on Caleb Williams. I think he's going to be the next great one. Anyway, NFL's in a very healthy spot at the quarterback position. That's why it's fun to talk about this, because there's so many really, really good. Like, we're in a really good spot. That's why the NFL's so awesome, because you don't have great quarterback play across the league. It's not as much fun. But when you do, when you see great ones, been like, and young, really good young quarterbacks out there right now that are going to be playing football for a long time. So it's exciting to watch. That's why these conversations and these lists are hard to make, because there's so many really good ones.
Yeah.
And you feel one week, every single week you feel a little bit differently, which is also super fun. Then you get to talk about it and give your opinions, and people have different opinions. Who you taking? Caleb Williams or Lamar Jackson?
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams or Jared Goff?
At this point,
Right now.
Jared Goff. And I like you have turned me on to Caleb Williams in as far as like the things that he can do that like there's not a lot of people walking the earth that can do. But until I see,
So I got to do it.
But I'm going to appreciate Jared Goff in this situation. Jared Goff had more yards, he had more touchdowns, and Caleb Williams. The thing that I still need to see, and I know why it's this low. I do, because of his style of play. 58% completion percentage has to go way up for me to give Caleb Williams over Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Caleb makes the wow plays.
He does.
Can he make the,
And some of that,
the 8
some
to
of
9
that
yard
when
throw
he's
that he
running
needs to?
around and he's creating and he's buying time, he throws it away, which is smart.
Yep.
That hurts the completion percentage. But like if that number gets like 63 even, then I think it's a different conversation. But Jared Goff, very efficient with the football, more yards, more touchdowns, all those things. But Caleb Williams is coming.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, Adam in the chat said really good young QBs. Like who exactly?
We'll talk about that because we do not have time here in this what's left of this segment when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
I can give you 7 of them. All right, go to GCOPnet.com, GCOPnet.com. Gulf Coast Office Products, your unquestioned leader in all things office. Solutions, technology, customer service, they have got you covered. There's multiple locations, 4 to be exact, in Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Mandeville, Lafayette. We are talking to you. Also, look, the Pelicans, the Saints, the Tigers, the Raging Cajuns, they are proud partners because they know the kind of work that GCOP does. But look, you don't have to be a sports team to feel the effects of it. If you are, if you're a law, why do we have Harry Kane up on the screen? If you are a law firm, an engineering firm, if you're a university, a bank, they've got you covered. If documents are your lifeline, GCOP is going to be there for you. GCOPnet.com.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Can't remember the last time you looked as happy as you did tonight. Your tipsy friend grabbed that bartender, gave him a phone and pulled us over there with her. He counted to 3 and baby I haven't seen that side of you in forever. And I hate it's the truth, but baby you never do when we're alone together.
What did you giggle at when we came back in? Can you share with the class or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a picture. It was a tweet. It said USA when it's time to end a conflict with Bosnia, and it was a picture of Bill Clinton scoring a goal. There you go.
You interrupted.
There he goes. Old Billy boy.
That's actually not a bad Photoshop.
That was pretty good.
The head's a little big.
That's
Gotta-
big.
gotta
Big.
shrink the head a little bit on those.
Silly guy. Hope.
Yeah. Real quick, that chat in the comment about young quarterbacks. Do you just want to like?
Yeah. Here's a list of all quarterbacks under the age of 30. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Cam Ward, J.J. McCarthy, Tyler Shuck. Now, not all of those.
Is Lamar,
Bangers.
Did Lamar's not? Lamar's still 29, by the
Yeah,
way.
this is my Google AI. Just
Yeah.
quick question.
Yeah, Lamar's only 29 years old.
I didn't look up everybody's birthday during the break.
I'm saying
Mozilla
like
Firefox.
I didn't make a
Lamar's
spreadsheet.
under there too. But
Wait, you didn't check their birth certificates?
Like even if that's not, even if you go, Drake May's been to Super Bowl, Bo Nix's been to an AFC Championship game, Jaden Daniels been to an NFC Championship game.
Yep.
Already out of just that draft.
2024 draft class, 6 quarterbacks were taken in the first round. 4 of them have already proven to be really good.
Yep. Yeah.
Which
Caleb
is
Williams hadn't even
Drake May, Caleb Williams,
Jaden
Hurt,
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, and Bo Nix.
Yeah. So Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, we're going to need you to step it up a little bit.
Come on,
A lot
yeah.
of bit. 9.
Off the bench.
Chill out on the eye black, my man. Like, I love a good eye black, but there's a way to do it.
Yeah, be cool, man.
Be cool, man. You know who is cool is Gin Gators.
Oh.
And that's, look, if we're saying a gator is cool on this show, you know they have to be world class, and that's what Gin Gators is. GinGators.com is the website, GinGatorsWithAZ.com. And look, you want the ultimate peace of mind, have that whole home generator. Because when everybody in the neighborhood's power goes out, like, you don't have to worry about it, because you're going to hear that quiet little hum, and you're going to have electricity in your entire house. So fridge, you don't have to worry about it. AC, you don't have to worry about it. Entertainment, you don't have to worry about it. It is the ultimate peace of mind when you work with Gin Gators.
That's right, Gin Gators, GinGators.com. And yeah, that's Gin, the Gators with a Z.com. If you want that peace of mind, we're heading into hurricane season. We know what it is. We're here in Louisiana. Anything can happen, so make sure you keep the lights on. Be that one in the neighborhood with the lights on when the power goes out. GinGators.com.